YouTube, what's going on? Kai here checking in with another video today. Today on the channel, today we got Playboi Carti. This right here is rappers that Playboi Carti abandoned. Just gonna get into it.
With Whole Lotta Red, Playboi Carti earned his first ever #1 album on Billboard. A huge achievement, cementing himself as a superstar in rap. And to most of his fans, has undoubtedly reached SoundCloud Hall of Fame status. But beyond his accolades,
sure.
the glitz and glam.
For sure. I remember the SoundCloud like rappers like the Cartis, the Uno the Activist, the Thousand Band Phonies, the what's bruh name? Like the 21 Savage, the Fat Man Keys, the OG Mako or Mako. Trippy Red. Then you had the Florida wave that came a little bit later, like the XXX. You know, that whole squad, like Kid Trunks. Damn, that was a crazy ass. SoundCloud was that shit, bruh. Then you had like the early the No Jumper. No Jumper put us on to a lot of artists like underground. I remember when his platform was only dealing with underground artists, bro. The Uzis, like, bruh. His wave, that's what really got him in the door. We called them rejects, like the reject rappers, or the artists that wasn't globally known. They had the underground wave, like the Defiant Council. I think that was the squad. What's my man name, bro? What's my man name? Swag Hollywood. Yeah, Swag Hollywood. The whole Atlanta, like that Atlanta sound, that like underground Atlanta sound came, bro. It was just artists that really was doing their thing back. I remember that. That was a wave, bro.
Lies a narrative of ups and downs, marked by betrayals.
Oh, Father was dope as shit, bro. The Fat Man Key, McConan. That was that Atlanta jump, the underground, like the kids of Atlanta.
And shifted allegiances. In fact, before he reached this level of popularity, there were numerous figures that gave him a lot of help that he not only used, but
Carti was actually running with them. Carti was running with like Father and them, like Awful Records. That's what it's
abandoned
called.
Afterward, routinely. And the list is extensive. I'm Rashad Fashir, and today we will be looking at rappers that Playboi Carti abandoned. The first collaborator of Carti's that he abandoned.
Oh, Ian Connor, even though he wasn't a rapper, but like he was his manager at one point in time. Yeah. The ASAP, ASAP Mob took a liking to him. He was running with Barry and them.
And was Ethereal. Before Playboi Carti was even buzzing on SoundCloud, he was friends in high school with a producer named Ethereal. Ethereal would help Carti get his...
Yeah, Ethereal. I mean, I ain't know how to say the nigga name, but that nigga, he would do his Carti's junk called Talk. Talk was cool at first. Like, I mean, the first version of it was alright, but it went into that remix by Icy. I think that's the producer. When Icy did that Talk remix, bruh. Hey, that joint was amazing.
Music career going, producing some of Playboi Carti's earliest music, dating back to 2014, and producing Carti's earliest official song on SoundCloud, Young Zanho, as well as a handful of songs that
Young Zanho was dope. Like I said, Talk was dope. Heavy was incredible.
got Carti on the map.
School, I met up with my Ethereal, and then since then, we just clicked up.
Ethereal even got Carti his first major cosigns in the underground from Awful Records, a group Ethereal was a part of and that Carti would join later on in his career. Ethereal also produced one of Carti's first songs to be distributed to streaming platforms, Beef, a landmark single in Carti's career.
Ooh, you taking me back. Hey, that Beef Joe was amazing. You taking me back in the day.
And in an interview, Ethereal explained he did whatever he could to get Carti where he wanted, saying, "I'm lucky to sit back and think I used my production to get Carti wherever he wanted." At that time, Carti valued his relationship with Ethereal just as much, saying, "Ethereal is a legend. Without him, I don't know where the..." Guide B. So it's safe to say Ethereal was an integral part of Carti's success, except soon after, Carti and Ethereal didn't seem to really be working much, actually at all. Ethereal's most popular song he produced is actually Flo Milli's breakout song, Beef, a remix of a song originally produced for Carti, which is a bit sad. And today, it's been almost 8 years without hearing anything from the two. Ethereal was a part of a collective known as Awful Records, and while he and Carti were working, he introduced Carti to the group, and Carti got the attention of the leader, Father. At the time, from around 2013 to 2015, Awful Records was a buzzing Atlanta-based rap collective in the underground, working with rappers like I Love McConan and Key. They had a lot of hype around that time and really saw.
Hey, Fat Man Key used to go crazy. McConan shit did too. McConan used to go fucking insane, bruh. Low key, McConan used to go fucking hard, bro. That's crazy. What's that jump? Mo. No more. How that jump go, bruh? Then you had that wrist. Hey, that wrist put Fat Man Key on. And then that bitch, you guessed it. Did you guess it? Now I eating good.
Saw something in Carti. So Father decided to take Carti in as somewhat of his protege.
You know, I met Father and you know, they when I rap.
While Carti was a part of Awful Records, Father and Awful promoted him heavily, featuring Carti on their channel, producing for him, and scored Carti his first underground hits. Carti even referred to himself as
It's your boy Cash Carti of Awful Records.
So Father and Awful Records really put on for Carti, jumpstarting his career, and without Awful Records, Carti wouldn't even be an underground rapper. Things were going well for him, and Carti dropped some of his most well-known music from early in his career under Awful Records, like Broke Boy, Mercedes, and By Myself. Carti was also
By Myself, No Help,
collaborating with other members of the group, like Father and Slug Christ, on songs like Fake AF and I Got Depressed Hope.
Oh, Fake AF. Fake AF was that shit, bruh. I think Fake AF actually was Father's jump. I remember fucking Photoshop. Bruh. That was basically like that Tumblr rap, bruh.
Slug Christ, one of the other members, even called Carti his little brother. In the summer of 2015, Awful took Carti on tour with them, which was his first time performing. But Carti and Awful weren't always on the same page, and Carti didn't fully fit in due to their age gap. But nevertheless, sometime during 2015, Father decided he wanted to sign Carti and make it official. But Carti had already been introduced to Ian Connor, who he quickly became best friends with. Ian Connor had become pretty big at the time and had a lot of Connor.
Man, y'all look at the throwbacks. Look how niggas used to dress, man. Yo. I don't remember this way, bro. You niggas wasn't flying enough, man. Dog. Damn.
Who he quickly became best friends with. Ian Connor had become pretty big at the time and had a lot of connections in the music industry, and must have thought Carti deserved to be more than in just an underground rap group. So the day Father was about to sign Carti officially, Ian Connor caught wind and told ASAP Rocky and the ASAP mob to hurry up and get Carti.
But I think he was already talking to Rocky.
So they flew him out, and the rest was history. Carti never formally said goodbye to Awful Records, and actually disrespected them quite a bit. He stole one of Awful Records' merch designs, prompting Father to get mad. And in an interview, Carti never formally said goodbye to Awful Records, and actually disrespected them quite a bit. He stole one of Awful Records' merch designs, prompting Father to get mad. And in an interview, he explained,
I was never Awful Records.
And that
I was never signed to Awful, man. I always wanted to be a boss. I made myself a boss, though. Father know that.
Despite previously repping them. And that was that. He was never seen with them ever again. The next people Carti abandoned were his OG producers, who he worked with heavily from 2016 to 2017. Carti's first breakout song was Broke Boy. It's his first solo song that hit streaming platforms under his profile, as well as the first to introduce many to his music. And the song was produced by the legendary underground producer Mexico Dro. Mexico Dro also produced another big song of Carti's early on, Plug with Rich the Kid and Kodak Black, as well as songs like Money Counter, Chill Freestyle, and many more. So it's pretty clear that Mexico Joe produced some of Carti's biggest hits early on and some of his most memorable music, propelling him to where he was before he had his breakout mainstream hits. For a while, things were going well. They were seen in the studio, having fun, and Carti and Joe were very close collaborators for a short time. There are even videos of them freestyling together. However, things got sour fast. It turned out Playboi Carti was not paying Joe for any of their work, and when Mexico Joe asked Carti to be paid for his work, Carti refused. Mexico Joe got really
Bro, you can't, bro, if a nigga giving you the sauce, bro, I'm talking about the beats, like his beats, Mexico Joe beats is incredible, phenomenal. If a nigga giving you the sauce, bro, pay that man, bro. $100, here $100, bro. You up and coming too, so you might not have it, but bro, here go $100, bro. Or I can throw you the biggest alley-oop. I'm around all these other artists here. Jump here, bro. I got Mexico Joe right here, bro. Come on, get some of his beats, bro. Rocky, whoever. Yachty, fucking Uzi, come on, man.
really mad. He'd go on a tirade on social media, calling out Carti for moving out of Atlanta, calling him a and calling him out for claiming to be as part of something he wasn't. He'd go on Twitter saying, "I ain't got shit coming with Playboi Carti." Carti said, "I love Mexico Joe. We good. Trust. 100 emoji, 100 emoji." Carti then
Let's see, he said what?
preview "I love Mexico Joe. We good. Trust. 100 emoji, 100 emoji." Carti then previewed a snippet produced by Mexico Joe, and Mexico Joe told him to take the song off his album and then called Carti a and broke. However, Mexico Joe wasn't the only one to call Carti broke. It turns out Carti wasn't paying any of the producers he was working with heavily, including Milan Makes Beats and Chinatown, two other producers Carti was working with a lot early on, who have a lot of classics with Carti and Carti fans' eyes. So in 2017, Milan Makes Beats called out Carti for not paying him for his work, and Carti got mad at him and threatened Milan, saying he couldn't wait till he found him, and calling him other derogatory terms, and just being an asshole. Carti was doing very well, so Milan's demands weren't even too much.
Yo, Carti, you're signed, you're doing great. You're still performing the song you never paid me for. You're doing 1 million shows every month. Can I get some money?
Milan just wanted credit and to be paid. And when Carti spazzed out, Milan told Carti to stop hitting him up. Carti called Milan a peon. Furthermore, it turns out Carti was even trying to find out where Milan lived, going as far to offer money to people close to Milan, and got mad when a friend of Milan's didn't give out Milan's info. Carti has even more threatening messages, but it can't be shown because this is YouTube. To make matters worse, Milan was led on by Carti and his label that he was going to be on Carti's album. And when Carti's album came out, Milan wasn't on it. Carti blocked Milan and refused to give Milan even a sweatshirt. This was actually quite big news at the time, being discussed by academics and Joe Budden on Complex and multiple other rap news channels. Carti's issues with producers like Mexico Joe and Milan Makes Beats was actually the reason for the delay on his debut album, self-titled. There wasn't much after that, and it didn't affect Carti negatively at all. In fact, Carti's fallout with these producers actually led him to working with another producer, Pure Bourne, who he recorded his biggest early hits on, which ironically, he stole as well. The next people Carti abandoned were the other members of a group he was a part of, Blur Gang, with Uno the Activist and Thousand Man Fani, two rappers Carti was very close with in the beginning of his career, and one even as a child, Uno the Activist. Uno was Carti's blood cousin, and Fani was a very close friend of both. Uno and Carti knew each other since they were babies, and went to school with each other.
Damn, this right here is at V-Files, bro.
In the beginning of his career, and one even as a child, Uno the Activist. Uno was Carti's blood cousin, and Fani was a very close friend of both. Uno and Carti knew each other since they were babies, and went to school with each other, and Uno is even in Carti's first music video. They dropped some underground classics, like the song Splur Gang itself, and Uno and Carti had some of Carti's biggest songs at the time, like V-Lone Thug and What. Many of the songs became SoundCloud classics, but like many of Carti's relationships failed to last. It began when Carti began to align himself with A$AP Rocky and the A$AP Mob. and started to be seen with Uno and Fani less. But things were still going smooth, as Carti and Uno dropped V-Lone Thug, repping ASAP's brand V-Lone, and What was posted to ASAP Rocky's YouTube channel. However, things would go south when Bloody Dior, Carti's friend and affiliate of the ASAP mob, shot Uno the activist. But instead of siding with his cousin and close friends like everyone else on planet Earth, Carti was indifferent and remained friends with Bloody Dior and the mob, even calling Dior his big bro, who he's still friends with to this day. Uno and Fani were furious that Carti wouldn't stand up for them. Uno went on Twitter and said Carti sold his soul for fame, calling him a devil worshipper, and said Carti was getting for fame. He went on to say that Carti told him he could steal Uno's style because they were family, but when it came time to defend his family after being shot, Carti was never seen with Uno again. At the time, Uno dropped multiple diss tracks on Carti and others who were affiliated with Carti in retaliation, like the Free Smoke series, and multiple songs where he spoke about Carti's betrayal. And then, in a crazy turn of events, Carti got mad at Uno for being mad at Carti for not defending him, and DM'd him saying Uno was using Carti's name for attention, and that he didn't have to be cool with anyone, and called Uno a legion. There's much more to this beef, so if you want to find out the full story, watch my video on Splur Gang, the story of Splur Gang. But after that, it fizzled out, and Carti had left 2 other of his collaborators in the dust. The next person Carti quote-unquote abandoned was Ian Connor. Back in 2016, Carti and Ian Connor were best friends. Carti even has a song called Ian Connor. Not only that, Ian Connor helped Carti get a buzz by promoting his music as well as introducing him to the ASAP mob and ASAP Rocky. So Ian was the one that got Carti all the connections he needed to take the next step in his career. But in 2017, allegations against Ian Connor started coming out, and in 2020, they rose to almost 33 women. And once Ian Connor started getting scrutinized, Carti swiftly disassociated himself from him, and hasn't really been seen with him since. He even spoke on it saying, "I distanced myself from everybody. I'm grown as hell. I can't be hanging around. I gotta grow up, and I gotta stay focused on what I got." In this case, he kinda did switch up, but it was just a smart decision, because 33 allegations is pretty wild. However, Carti and Ian Connor are still friends, they just aren't public about it. At least Carti isn't. On Twitter, fans clowned on Ian for being left behind by Carti, and he definitely felt some type of way about it because in 2022, Ian Connor revealed he owns 5% of Carti's music, likely meaning the label gave him 5% of Carti's royalties when Carti originally signed with Interscope. So did Carti leave Ian behind? Due to his allegations, it's pretty clear what he had to do, but I'll leave it up.
Grab any 2 Wawa Sizzlies for $5. Great mornings start at Wawa.
To you. The most important person Ian Connor introduced Carti to was ASAP Rocky. Rocky must have realized Carti was special because he wasted no time signing Carti, signing him to Interscope under Rocky as well as Rocky's label AWGE, ASAP Worldwide Greatness Entertainment, a creative collective and record label founded by Rocky. And the two quickly became close. Greatness Entertainment, a creative collective and record label founded by Rocky. And the two quickly became Wide Greatness Entertainment, a creative collective as well as Rocky's label AWGE, ASAP Worldwide Greatness Entertainment, a creative collective and record label founded by Rocky. And the two quickly became close. Rocky got Carti 2 features.
I never knew what the fuck that meant. I never knew what the fuck it meant.
On the ASAP Mob's Cozy tapes, and then gave Carti a feature on Carti's debut album. The two would be seen frequently hanging out with each other, and Rocky even took Carti with the mob on tour in 2017, as well as promoting Carti's releases on his YouTube channel to give Carti more exposure. He was doing whatever he could to get Carti to where he was. That same year, Rocky got Carti 2 more features on the mob's second collaborative tape, and Rocky put on for Carti so hard that year, he even got Carti a Lana Del Rey feature. But Rocky didn't stop at music. He connected Carti with notable figures outside the music industry, like Raf Simons,
Hey, I want you to be Playboi Carti.
and Virgil Abloh. Rest in peace. However, once Die Lit dropped and Carti began working on Whole Lotta Red, he wasn't seen with Rocky at all and seemed to distance himself from him. But fans just believed he was trying to stand on his own without a major cosign, and it seemed like they were still on great terms. At the end of 2022, Carti and Rocky were gonna drop music again, or at least it looked like it, because Rocky posted a new song of theirs on his Instagram. And it was their 11th public collaboration, either released or leaked. At first, Carti and ASAP fans were going crazy. They hadn't heard music from the two officially in years, and it was on a drill beat. But it wasn't what it seemed, according to Carti's camp, and it didn't take long for drama to ensue. It turned out Carti wasn't happy with the song. To him, it was a leak. One of Carti's henchmen said screw Rocky. He played out, screw that ASAP, and said that leaking was gonna cost Rocky. Apparently, Carti didn't even know the song had leaked. They claimed the sample wasn't cleared, and now that it was leaked, it was never gonna be able to drop, even claiming that it wasn't even Rocky's song. According to them, Rocky leaked Carti and his song, Our Destiny, and then lied about it already being leaked. He said that hackers had already got their hands on the song, so he put it out himself before they leaked it. Carti's minion snapped back, claiming Rocky had used Carti to promote his new drink. Rocky snapped back, and at Rolling Loud he performed the song and told the crowd to not forget Carti is still signed to AWGE, and it's unclear where the two stand. While this beef was going on between Rocky and Carti, Pure Born, Carti's ex-main producer, chimed in, saying,
Pierre.
"Don't bite the hand
Nigga said Pure Born. It's Pierre Born, nigga.
that feed you," referring to the beef with Rocky. Once again, Carti's minion took to Twitter, saying, "Screw Pierre, I had to beg Carti to let you in the studio," explaining that Carti didn't even want to work with Pierre anymore. A clear diss towards Pierre, the man behind Carti's entire sound, for years. However, tensions between Carti and Pierre had been around for a while by this point, all the way back to Whole Lotta Red. Prior to Whole Lotta Red, Pierre had produced both of Playboi Carti's breakout hits, Magnolia and Woke Up Like This, as well as 6 songs off his debut album, self-titled, 15 out of 19 songs on his sophomore album, Die Lit, and multiple iconic leaks like Kid Cudi and Cancun. However, when Whole Lotta Red dropped, Pierre only produced 2 songs, and in one of the songs on Whole Lotta Red, Punk Monk, Carti said, "I thought I had Pierre, but the label tricked me." One of the most noticeable lyrics in the album. So Carti wanted to sign Pierre back in 2017 to 19 to his own label and have him under his now Opium Imprint label, like artists like Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely, which would have been a great investment since Pierre was a big name as both a producer as well as a rising artist. However, Interscope caught wind of this and outright signed Pierre himself, which is why Carti thought he had Pierre, but the label tricked him when he told them about his plans to sign him. And now Pierre has his own label under Interscope, just like Carti, Sauce House. To make matters worse, Pierre and Playboi Carti's artist Ken Carson had beef, raising the tensions between Carti and Pierre. But it wasn't that one-sided. It wasn't just Carti who was annoyed with Pierre. Pierre had some words to say for himself. When Pierre dropped his album, Carti dropped his music video for Sky on the same day. Pierre got mad and tweeted, "He doesn't want to see me glow, the shit written." Carti and Pierre have a lot of overlapping fans, so Pierre thought Carti posted the music video to detract from the attention Pierre was receiving, which he might have been, I don't know. So that's a summary of every collaborator that Playboi Carti has allegedly abandoned, but he didn't completely abandon all of them. In 2022, Playboi Carti made Ethereal, his old high school friend, a part of his label Opium, and even signed him. And Ethereal said even though they haven't released anything, they're still close.
Me and him are like this, so when he needs me, he hits me up, and like, you know, like it's like we left off right where we were before, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but for most of his previous collaborators, there isn't much hope. Father from Awful Records has gone on to say that the music Carti made with ASAP and Pierre was better than what he made with Awful, and that he doesn't fault Carti for moving on because the opportunity was too large, and faults himself for not being as business-minded as he should have been. But they'll probably never speak to each other again, as a couple years ago he tried to collab with Carti, but Carti didn't respond. And after fans kept bombarding him on Twitter about a reunion, he said he had a higher chance of bringing someone back from the dead. When Mexico Dro got out of a short jail bid, he tried to work with Carti, but Carti didn't respond to his messages either. Carti's cousin, Uno the Activist, has said he's open for a reunion with Carti as well, and said their beef is squashed, but a reunion is highly unlikely. Carti is still friendly with Ian Connor privately and seems to be on okay terms with Rocky as of recent. And in 2023, in an Instagram live, Pierre hinted he wants to reunite with Carti. But unfortunately, it looks like that isn't happening. To me, there's a higher chance of a reunion of everyone Playboi Carti abandoned in the same room together than Carti reuniting with them separately. So, did Carti abandon these people? I'll leave it up to you. To me, he definitely used some, did others dirty, but some he just grew apart from. Anyways, have a nice day and see you next time.
Some can say I changed on them because I thought they was on the same I was on, but they not.
Hey, that's how the game is, bro. How the game is, bro. Some niggas just not genuine, so it's best you just did in where you fit in, bro. But see you on the next video. Peace.